Now on Netflix is the new film by director, co-writer, in this case, Jane Campion, The Power of the Dog. It's not really about a dog. This is, I guess you would say, a Western. It features grizzled men on horseback in the frontier, so sure, let's call it a Western. This is based on a play, and it stars Jesse Plemmons and Benedict Cumberbatch as very, very unalike, very, very dissimilar. Different's a word for it too. Brothers who own a cattle ranch out west, out in the plains somewhere. And Cumberbatch is Plemmons seems to have probably gone off. They probably said this in the movie, but it's been a little while since I watched it. Plemmons has gone off and educated himself. He's not a manly man. He's not handy. He sort of helps. He's come back to help his brother run this ranch that's owned by their parents. He's in administration, shall we say. And Cumberbatch is the rough and tumble, get his hands dirty guy who's out there doing it every day and really resents Plemmons for being I think he always refers to him as fat or in a disparaging way about his weight and everything else, that he's not manly. There is a day where they take the cattle into town and they utilize the services of a restaurant run by Kirsten Dunst and her son. And they treat them very, very poorly. The son is let's say the son is gay, very effeminate either way. He's not manly in the eyes of these cowboys, and he is derided very much because of that by Cumberbatch. One thing leads to another, and Plemmons marries Kirsten Dunst. Art imitating life, they actually are married in real life. And Kirsten Dunst and this young son come to live on the farm, on the ranch with Cumberbatch, and fireworks ensue. Cumberbatch is just a grade A hole to everybody else. He's crabby and unhappy and unwilling to budge and cruel and insulting. And the majority of this film is this family trying to get in sync with each other. So it's Dunst avoiding Cumberbatch because he's terrible and terrible to her son. It's the son avoiding Cumberbatch, and it's Plemmons trying to make nice and have everybody just get along. And it's a very low-key drama. It's very good. Everybody in this is outstanding. Not that there was a doubt that any of this cast isn't always outstanding, but it was just, it's nice to see they maintain their outstandingness. Keith Carradine shows up at one point as the, I believe, the governor who comes to visit in honor of the wedding of Plemmons and Dunst. And it's just, I don't want to say too much because there are surprises in this film. As the film unfolds, characters reveal more of themselves and they become very much not what they seem. There's a major twist of events toward the end that leads you to wonder whether it was an accident or not. And it's beyond that, this film is gorgeously shot. This is the kind of film that I wish I had been able to see in the theater. Like many Netflix films, they will sometimes get a cursory play in major markets, maybe to qualify for awards, maybe to qualify for Oscars, probably. But also, a lot of times they're just worthy of being seen on the big screen. And I think Power of the Dog is one of those. The landscapes and the jagged mountains and the plains, it's just gorgeous, and it's really nicely shot and very, as I've said about something else very recently, very atmospheric. So if you like any of the actors in this, it's nice to see Cumberbatch. It's unusual seeing him play a bad guy because a lot of us know him as either Doctor Strange or Sherlock, and to see him be this just nasty piece of work is surprising. And he's a good actor, so it's interesting to see him in something that's a bit less quirky and fantastical and much more just grounded in reality. Just a really good movie, really well done film. I mean, coming from Jane Campion, not really a surprise. Available now on Netflix is The Power, and they do relate what that means. That title does relate to something in some way. Power of the Dog.